It's the man YSN, and you're listening to YSN Radio. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, man. You're rocking with the man YSN, and you're tuning into the episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South, man. We are back for another episode. Appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. I didn't put out an episode last week. I had to take a break. Wanted to let the news cycle through. Like I was getting a little repetitive with the topics, talking about college football every week. And last episode, shout out to my cousin Bryson for joining us on the last one. You guys seem to really enjoy his company. Shout out to New Renaissance as well for tuning in. He had some really good feedback, left some comments on the audio. So appreciate you guys for tapping in with the last episode, man. But a lot has happened, transpired over these last 2 weeks. Man, first of all, my pops turned 50. Big reason why I was out of town last weekend. Shout out to him turning 50 years old. That's a huge thing. Did it extremely big. Whole white party, all white party, which was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I know when I turn 50, I need to get it. I might do like an all black party or something. I don't know, something cool. That was one of the coolest parties I've ever been to, especially like the nigga turned 50 years old. So shout out to my dad. Happy birthday to him. And but yeah, man, a lot has happened over the last few weeks. The Olympics just wrapped up, and it was a historic event, or a historic year for the Olympics for many reasons, more reasons than one. Shout out to Team USA, LeBron bringing home the gold, gymnastics, all that. But one thing I wanted to talk about was breakdancing was featured in the Olympics for the first time this week, or for the first time this year. And for the last time in the history of the Olympics, because of, I don't know, I'm sure everyone has seen the viral video of Ray Gunn from Australia completely stinking up the Olympics. I don't know what the fuck she was doing on that thing, but like, I think this was probably like a ploy to, I don't know, but that was ridiculous. It was so bad there. The whole Olympic committee was like, yeah, hell no, this isn't happening anymore. So, thanks to Australia for fucking it up for everybody else. Maybe I feel like they probably should have did like a screening process before they let just anybody come in. Who knows, man? But the Olympics went off with an amazing fashion. Simone Biles kilted. Like I said, men's basketball kilted. Women's basketball, I didn't know that they have won gold medal. The women's Team USA basketball team has won a gold medal every Olympics since like the 90s. They have not lost the Olympics in like 20, 30 something years, man. I thought that was fantastic. So I think Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, and a few other ladies were on that team. Those are the main two that I know were on that team. But kicked ass this year, man. So shout out to the ladies, Team USA. Definitely shout out in the Olympics for sure, man. And in wrestling, oh my gosh, who was that girl in wrestling? She pulled off this crazy German suplex. I gotta look her up. Her name is literally like on the tip of my tongue. Kennedy Blades. She's a female women's wrestling on Team USA for women's wrestling. Damn near like Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, German suplex the bitch, middle of the match. She had to get carted off on a stretcher. I wonder, did she get any medals though? Did Kennedy Blades get any medals in wrestling this year? Blades 2024 medals Olympics. Let's look this up real quick, because that slam, she got silver. She won silver in the women's wrestling freestyle at this year's Olympics, man. And I swear to God, bro, that was sick. You need to go and look that up. Kennedy Blades literally put this woman on her head. That shit was insane, man. So shout out to everyone who, shout out to all of America for the Olympics. One thing I think is funny, every time the Olympics come around, black people more specifically become the most patriotic niggas you'll ever see in your life. It's Team USA this, go America that, everything is USA, USA, USA. But as soon as that closing ceremony ends, we're back to being Black Panthers. Oh man, the transition is hilarious seeing it happen every 4 years, and I am guilty myself, man. But yeah, that was really cool seeing black people in the Olympics tearing it up, man. So shout out to Kennedy Blades and that amazing performance, man. Speaking of sports and black people being activists, Colin Kaepernick is still trying to working out, still training to get back into the NFL, and I'm here to tell him it's time to hang it up, bro. Time to hang it up. When did Colin Kaepernick start the whole kneeling thing? What, like 2014, 15? All right. I'm not saying he didn't do his big one with that one. Definitely made a lot of waves, made a lot of controversy. All right, but it's 2024, okay? It's time to hang it out, man. You know, age is not on your side. Time is not on your side. I don't even think the NFL is looking for any. How old is Colin Kaepernick? Let's look up how old Colin Kaepernick is first and foremost, because age. He is 36 years old. All right, let's put this into perspective. LeBron James is 39, about to be 40. Okay, on his way out. Colin Kaepernick is 36 years old, still trying to be a quarterback in the NFL. Sir, it's not happening. It's not happening. All right. But I did just see today, the Chargers just offered him a coaching position. So even though he's not going to be on the field, he's going to be on the sidelines, which I think is just as good. I think that suits him very well. You know, your playing days are over, man. You ask me. It's time to hang the cleats up. But coaching, right up his alley. Although I do think with all the hoopla that he makes every single year, talking about he's training, trying to come back, I really do think this was a here nigga damn. Get the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You can be a coach. All right, here's a job. But you know, so I'm not complaining about that at all, though. But you know, I'm actually glad that they actually offered him something. You know, even though he's training to actually be an active player on the roster, I don't think that's a great idea at all. So I'm actually glad. I'm glad he actually got something out of it. Hopefully he takes it and doesn't make a big to-do about it, you know, because they couldn't have just ignored you like they have been for the past 7-8 years. That's just me. That's just me, man. Moving on, I just wrapped up The Boys. Shout out to all my superhero fans out there, man. I just got into it last week and just finished it today. What a fantastic show, man. Can't wait for season 5. Homelander has got to be one of the most terrifying hero villains I've ever seen in any movie or TV show at all. Well, I would say top 3 for sure, because the way the show ended, I'm not sure if you haven't watched The Boys on Amazon Prime, please go and do so. I'm not going to spoil it, but the way this show just ended, I literally just finished The Boys right before I started recording. What the fuck? That guy is fucking insane. So that brings me to my next question, to my next thing on this topic. I don't know if anyone has watched Invincible also on Amazon Prime, but it's got me wondering, who would win in a fight? Omni-Man or Homelander? Omni-Man, the almighty Vulturemite, a literal alien who has just ran through everyone through Earth, almost killed his own fucking son, and is conquering universes across the galaxies and whatnot. Or Homelander, a man-made killing machine formulated in a lab with heat vision. Who's gonna win? Who would win in a fight? Personally, I think Omni-Man would just wipe the fucking floor with Homelander. Doesn't stand a chance, simply because he's an alien. He's not even from here. You know, I think Homelander is immune to Earth weapons. You know, human-made weapons. Anything on Earth, I feel like he's immune to for the most part. But Omni-Man is from Vulture, whatever the fuck, Vulturemite, Vultureland, whatever. He's a Vulturemite. He's not of Earth. So I feel like Omni-Man could do something to Homelander that he's never seen before. Of course, these are all fictional characters, but if you ask me, Omni-Man is taking that one home, no problems at all. Moving on into the internet space. Tracy Ellis Ross went viral this week, man, for dropping some thirst traps And a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, Tracy Ellis Ross looks really good. 51 years old. No complaints over here. Keyword over here. However, a lot of people on the internet were sharing their thoughts on her dropping these thirst traps. It's not like she was butt naked or anything. Just, definitely go check them out yourself, man. But they were saying she was too old to be posting pictures like that. Too old to be dropping thirst traps. Personally, I feel like if you that fine, you can do whatever the fuck you want to. Tracy Ellis Ross, 51 years old, still looks amazing. Is it possible to be too old to be fine? Is it possible to be too old and fine? I wish I looked that good at 51. Let me be 51, swole, on my hair. I promise. I will not, bro. I'd post a motherfucking shirtless, pick muscles out, meat print showing through the pants. They be talking about me. So shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross, man. I feel like anyone who had a problem with Tracy Ellis Ross picture might. I'm not gonna say what I was thinking, but hey, I'm religion. You know what I'm thinking, man. But yeah, shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross, man. Go watch some Girlfriends, man. Tyler, the Creator, also went viral. He did this interview on his podcast, man. He made some really great points. He said a lot of these new rappers don't care about music and are ruining the game. And I cannot agree more. I know a few episodes ago, we talked about the Double XL cover and how Rich Amiri made a big splash because he opted out, or not opted out, completely bailed out on his freestyle and saying that it was pretty much called it lame, said it was corny. Now, Tyler Creator's come out and said these rappers will publicly say they don't give a fuck about music and they're only in it for the money. And I've never seen anything more true because you see it time and time again. These rappers literally, you just say, oh, this rap shit easy. This rap shit is easy. This rap shit easy. No effort is put into their art form. No type of time or love is put into the craft. They're literally just here for some quick dollars. And there's nothing wrong with getting money. Like I said, man, you got to feed the kids. The bills got to get paid. But at the end of the day, if it's coming at the expense of the fans, you're not valuing the fan experience. You're not valuing the craft, the history, the lineage. You're just in the way. You are in the way. And Tyler, the Creator, is one of the most talented artists of our generation. I've been a fan of his way from the very beginning, from the Bastard and Goblin days. He was rapping about crazy shit, So I feel like if anyone is qualified to speak on this subject, is definitely Tyler, the Creator, man, because he's developed into one of the greatest musicians that we have in hip hop right now. And it's kind of crazy, man, because he came up in an era where you actually had to rap. Like the blog era, there was no room for niggas who, a lot of these niggas you hear today, man, they would not be given the time of day in 2011, 12, 13 when Tyler, the Creator, was coming up, man, because motherfuckers were not checking for that. Like the mixtape sites, World Star, Live Mixtapes, Dat Piff, all these sites where, people like me, when I was in middle school, going to find out who's the hottest, man. If you were trash, niggas was not checking for that, bro. Niggas was not checking for that at all. So I think a lot of what we're dealing with now, and I've said this time and time again on interviews and on the show, man, the barrier to entry for music is the lowest it's ever been. And we are witnessing that firsthand with these people who are literally they got a couple $100 for a microphone and a computer, and they can literally just get on and put anything they want on the internet, and now they're a rapper. Just because you got a couple songs doesn't make you a rapper, man. But, on the other end of that, it is great because with the barrier to entry being lower, it does open the window for more people, more talented people to be heard. Like I said, because a decade or more ago, it was very hard for people to get their music heard because you had to jump through so many hoops and get through so many channels to be seen. And so in that regard, that's a great thing. But it's just so much noise now. and all the noise is starting to chip away at the integrity of the art form, man. And I think that's what he's talking about here. And I think we see this more and more every day, where especially now, like the double XL cover, for example. I know that's old news, but still, that was a pillar in hip hop, a very prestigious accomplishment that a lot of artists strive for. And you know, these new niggas just shitting on it. Shitting on it, man. And I seen this tweet actually. It said that I feel like a big reason why a lot of these microwave rappers are so big is because of streaming. People don't have to pay for music like they did back in the day. Back in like 2003, you actually had to go to a store and buy a CD. And before you spent your $10, $15 on that CD, you made damn sure it was somebody that you liked, or you just taking a chance or whatever. People actually went and bought music for people they enjoyed. Now, it doesn't cost anything to click a link and listen 30 seconds. Oh, you don't like it? Go to something else. That's why, and that's another reason a lot of these niggas are blowing up, because people don't necessarily have to pay to listen to them. You listen to bullshit for free. It's free to hear some bullshit. It's free to hear some bullshit, man. You know, and I don't know. I feel like this age of streaming is still relatively new. You know, Spotify has only been on the mainstream for like what, 7, 8, 9 years. You know what I mean? So who knows what music is going to look like 5 to 10 years from now. I feel like every new age of music has its fair share of noise and extras that you just got to deal with until they fizzle themselves out, you know? So who knows, man? I feel like patience is a virtue, but Tyler, the Creator, definitely hit the nail right on the head with that one right there, man. He also said something about, no, I don't think it was him. Post Malone actually came out and was talking about how he developed a drinking problem because people were calling him a culture vulture. I don't know, man. I think the people were kind of right, because Tyler, Creator, did touch on that. He said, you know, you got he was talking about Ian in the interview. He was saying that you know, this white kid, he didn't say him by name, he didn't mention him by name, but he did say this white dude is emulating, mocking Future and Gucci Mane, and people are saying it's hard, pretty much saying like these white people coming in and making a mockery of our culture, and which is ironic, because Post Malone had just came out and said he developed a drinking problem because people were calling him a culture vulture, which is like absolutely correct though, because White Iverson, this nigga had cornrows and gold teeth. Look at Post Malone now. This nigga's making country music, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it's not rap. It's not rap at all. It's not rap at all. So, and I'm not for certain, but I did read he did make comments talking down on the hip hop genre. So if there's anything, people are always talking about Drake being a culture appropriate, culture vulture, all this. Post Malone, come on now. Once I seen that shit, bro, it was like, boo hoo, nigga. Shut the. Who cares, nigga? You ran the bag up and then jumped shit. Much like so many others, man. I did not feel bad for that man in the slightest bit. Man. But moving on. Some new music dropped finally. Let's talk about it. Got the chance to listen to a few new albums over the past week, man. Latto dropped her new album, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, this past week, and I will say she knocked it out the fucking park. Jeez Louise. This album, I listened to it in the gym in its entirety the other day, and boy oh boy, she's got one on her hands, man. Let me go down the track list. Big Mama, I've already talked about Big Mama on this. As soon as she dropped it, automatically one of my favorites all the time. Even my little girl be singing Big Mama. I think it's hilarious. There She Go is a fucking hit. I think sampling Mike Jones back then, bananas. So shout out to Latto for that one. Paying some homage to Houston. Brokey, one of my favorite songs. What else? Squeeze, shout out to Me, was a really dope song. She was really getting her lyrical bag on that one, calling some people out on there too. The song Prize Possession with Tizo Touchdown was a good one, man. So shout out to Tizo Touchdown, man. He's actually really nice, man. But Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Latto went absolutely nuts. She was on this interview today with Sexy Red and Flo Milli. She was talking about, you know, female rappers are as big as they are right now because all the dudes sound the same. And I kind of would have to kind of agree with her in the sense of, like I just said earlier, so many niggas is like the rapper starter pack is generic. Is we all know we all know what to expect when we listen to most rappers. You feel me? Outside of the big five, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Big Sean, whatever. But a lot of people say, you know, women also rap about the same thing, about sex and their pussies and everything, but they make it sound good, man. I listen to the girls, bro. I really don't care, bro. But I feel like they're making music that just sounds good. You feel me? It just sounds good. Sexy Red makes hits. Latto makes hits. Flo Milli, like, come on, they're just making good music. Who really cares about the lyrical content? Because if we're going to talk about, oh, the kids, male rappers be talking about fucking robbery and murder. All right, so let's leave the whole for the kids conversation out of that because that's fucking stupid. All right, this is like, as far as this good music is concerned, the women are making a lot of really good music, man. And that's what's on this album from Latto. A lot of really good music, a lot of head boppers. And she's just talking her shit on that album, man. Really talking her shit, to be honest with you, bro. Like, she was cutting deep on some of them lines, man. But so shout out to Latto for Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Another album that I got into this weekend or this week, Larry June, Doing It For Me. I've always been the biggest Larry June fan. Larry June has got to be one of the coolest rappers in the game, man. And this album did not disappoint. Some of my favorite songs off there, 3-Piece, Where I'm Going, Imported Couches. He has his one song in there. He's literally talking about cleaning up his apartment. Appropriately titled, Cleaning My Spot. Like, Larry June is the only person who can make his daily routine sound cool. Like, you know, a lot of these rappers, you know, rappers is talking about, you know, getting money, getting bitches, being the toughest nigga, which he does rap about getting money and bitches, but I don't know. He's the only nigga who just rap about, oh, I vacuumed my apartment and drank some juice, chopped up some fruit and threw it in the fridge and just, you still popping your head to it, man. So, yeah, Larry June definitely proved himself as, again, one of the coolest rappers in the world with Doing It For Me. Good job, Larry. Can't wait for you to go on tour again. I definitely got to go and support, see another Larry June show. Speaking of tours, Latto is going on tour. She just announced her tour today. She's going to be in Nashville on October 27th, I believe. Let me double check. I do think she's going to be in Nashville on October 27th. And I do believe I might have to go. She's going to have Caribou on tour with her. If you checked out the last episode, you know my cousin Bryson loves us from Caribou, so I might have to take him with me so he can meet his wife. I'm going to record it. If we do end up going, I'm going to have to film it so you can see his reaction. I'm going to put it on the page so you can see his reaction to seeing Caribou live for the first time. Oh, man, but I'm very glad a lot of this new music has been dropping lately. There's some albums that I do need to check out that I haven't gotten to. Drake dropped the 100 gigs for your head top. I've been seeing like snippets of it on Twitter, like heard like snippets of it. I have not been able to go through and listen to all of it. I will need to make some time to do that. But yeah, man, I'm glad a new wave of music has dropped. So good for you, rappers. Good for you, man. But that's pretty much all I had on today's agenda to talk about, man. Just had to get back out and get back on the pod. And like I said, man, I'm pushing these episodes out every week. I am going to get that trophy next year. Mark my words. My interview with Danny Peace will be coming out this weekend, so be on the lookout for that. And the Jaden interview should be dropping shortly after that as well. I have been slacking on the interviews, so those will be dropping. What else? That's pretty much it, I think, for this week, man. So make sure if you made it this far, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're listening to us, make sure you tap in with all the other episodes anywhere you get your podcasts from: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, YSN Radio is there. If you're watching me on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. I already said that, but you already know the YouTube thing, man. Tap in with it, nigga, man. Check out all the other episodes as well. Trying to get these YouTube numbers up. They are abysmal, so help a brother out, please and thank you. Check out the website, ysnradio.com. Follow me on Instagram at ysnradio1. Until next time, same place. It's the coolest podcast in the South, YSN Radio. Let's go.